Now, your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, a very hot day across central Illinois. Excessive heat warnings in effect for everybody. And this goes all the way into the upcoming weekend here. Looking at temperatures, 90 in Paris, 90 in Jacksonville. Those numbers don't look so bad, but these definitely do. The heat index values what it feels like when we put the humidity in with that air temperature. 109 currently in Lincoln, 102 Champaign, 103 in Watsika. Clear skies, lots of sunshine, and it's going to be a very muggy night with temperatures still 82 degrees at 11 o'clock tonight. When do we finally catch a break from all of this? We'll talk about that in your 7-day forecast coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
Brent Christensen was sentenced to life in prison. What the judge told him when he said he would die there.
One person still in the hospital after a shooting in central Illinois. The latest as the accused gunman appeared before a judge.
I'm Brett Behrens live in Chicago at Illini Fest, where they're hoping to bring Illinois fans together in the Chicagoland area. How Lovie Smith says he plans to turn around the football team this fall.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
The result today seemed to encouraging people to do crimes.
It's the decision Ying Zhang's family has been waiting for, but not the justice they wanted. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Brent Christensen will spend the rest of his life in federal prison. He kidnapped and killed U of I scholar Ying Zhang 2 years ago. Today, a jury decided not to sentence him to death. We have team coverage tonight. WCIA 3's Aaron Eads is live at the federal courthouse where the sentencing came down. Courtney Bunting also there in Peoria. First, we go to Aaron. The judge reamed Christensen in court today.
Yeah, Jennifer, Christensen had the opportunity to say something for himself during the official sentencing this afternoon, but all he said was, "No, thank you." So the judge scolded him for not even saying a simple, "I'm sorry." After deliberating for about 8 hours over 2 days, the jury couldn't unanimously decide whether Christensen should be sentenced to life in prison or death. That means he got life in prison by default, ultimately dealing a blow to federal prosecutors who said the death penalty was the only way for Ying Zhang to get justice. Christensen's defense team argued that he's not one of the worst criminals because he tried to get mental health treatment and, except for his actions over a couple of months in 2017, lived a relatively normal life. Prosecutors hoped more jurors would sympathize more with their argument that Christensen had a lack of remorse about heinous crimes. Judge Jim Shadid had a lot of things to say at the sentencing this afternoon. He told Zhang's family they have his utmost respect and admiration for the dignity they showed in the courtroom. He praised the heroes in this case, like Emily Hogan, for not getting into Christensen's car. He said Tara Bullis showed more courage than Brent ever could when she recorded them for the FBI and spoiled his goal of getting away with murder. And he directly told Christensen this, quote, "The mercy extended to you by the jury is a testament to their humanity, not your character. So whatever self-centered opinion you have of yourself when you are taken out of here today by the United States Marshals to wait for that lonely, isolated, and cold deathbed that follows your natural life in prison, maybe, just maybe, the moment will strike you to pick up paper and pen and write, 'I'm sorry' to Mr. and Mrs. Zhang." Now, not that it changes his sentence, but Christensen was also sentenced to an additional 5 years for lying to the FBI and fined $250,000 for each of the 3 crimes he was found guilty of. Shadid said if he ever happened to come into possession of money, it would go to where it rightfully belongs. Live in Peoria, Aaron Eads, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Aaron, thank you so much for that. Now, life in federal prison means Christensen won't ever be eligible for release. There's no such thing as parole in this case. So as one of his lawyers put it, he will be leaving prison in a coffin. His defense team requested he serve his time at a prison in Tucson, Arizona, but the judge said he would leave that decision up to the Bureau of Prisons. Now, this is the second worst day of their lives since Ying Zhang was killed.
That's what Zhang's family said about Brent Christensen getting life in prison instead of a death sentence. We continue our team coverage now. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live in Peoria. Courtney, what an emotional day for everyone involved.
Well, Well, and Jennifer, this trial is over, but the grief and suffering that both families have been through will continue for the rest of their lives. Now, whenever that decision was read, you could see Christensen's mother as well as his stepdad. They were embracing, and his mother was brought to tears. Christensen himself didn't show much emotion from what I could see, but one of the attorneys on his defense team hugged him afterward. Yesterday, in closing arguments, they urged the jury to choose life, saying, quote, "Brent is not the worst of the worst, and he is a whole person. He is not just the horrible thing he did." Zhang's family has said in the past that they trusted the jury to bring justice in this case, but today's result was difficult for them. Here's one of their attorneys speaking for them.
Well, we do not agree with the result. However, we accept that he will spend the rest of his life in prison, which still reflects our loss in a meaningful way. We hope that every day he spends in prison, he feels the pain and the suffering that we feel for the loss of Ying Ying.
United States Attorney John Milhiser added that the search is not over for Zhang's remains. And the Zhang family said again today, as they've said many times in the past, that the only thing that would bring them closure would be Zhang's remains returning to China. Now, they urged Christensen and pleaded, saying that if he had any bit of remorse, any bit of humanity left in his soul, that he would end their torment and tell them where Zhang's remains are. Reporting live in Peoria, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3 News.
Courtney, thank you. Now, we'll be airing a special version of 30 Minutes Justice for Ying Zhang. That's coming up tonight at 6:30, right after this newscast. It takes a look at this case from the beginning, including Zhang's disappearance, the search for her, and how the FBI landed on Christensen as a suspect.
One person is behind bars for domestic battery. What she's accused of may make you cringe.
Also tonight.
I'm Brett Behrens live in Chicago with an update on Bobby Roundtree. The team visited him early this morning before Big Ten Media Day. How they say he's helping them this season.
And a hot one in Chicago and here locally in the Champaign, Urbana, Central Illinois area. 91. It gets even warmer, though, the next several days. Bratcher. Weather camera there from Roofing Dog iNet. Some dangerous heat coming our way. We'll talk about when storms and cooler weather will arrive in the forecast coming up next.